Hi, my name is Amanda Spinelli. I've been in the Training for Warriors program since January of last year. I started at the beginning of January, and I've lost a little over 30 pounds, probably a little more than 15% body fat, and I've gotten a whole lot stronger than I was. And I wouldn't change it for anything. What did I feel like coming to TFW South Erie? Well, my husband, as much as he hates this story, nagged me into coming. He hates when I say he nagged me. But he got me in here the one night, and I met Gio, and one of the programs was going on, and DJ was teaching it that night. And the passion that everybody had was just incredible. So I said I'd do it. I was scared. I was heavy. I was the least fit I have been in my life. I've always considered myself a very fit person, which was funny when I wasn't, but in my head I still was. But I had a lot of, I hated myself when I started. I had very low self-esteem. I didn't like my life. My husband and I were on the edge of divorce. And there was just it didn't take long. There was just a lot of negative in my life. There was not much positive. Everything I thought about myself was negative. And just an entire negative worldview at the time. So it could only go up from there. And it did, eventually. And I mean, it didn't go right away. It took a lot of effort. The first couple times it was like, get up, go to the gym, get up, go to the gym. And it was hard because I worked 24-hour shifts on a rotating schedule. So I couldn't get in the 3 days that the program was going. I was making it 2 days a week, or I was joining into the already established Warrior program that was there at the time. And that was scary because all these people have been doing it for so much longer, but everybody was very welcoming, and there was this group of people that was in the same place I was. So we made the improvements together. So I actually started lifting in high school. Like I said, I've considered myself physically fit my whole life, and I was pretty much until after college. But, so I've been lifting, I bet, my whole life. I've never been a runner. But I've always liked lifting. And then before I joined TFW South Erie, I was actually with another local gym in the area that is very focused on powerlifting. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the lifting aspect of it, but it didn't have this sense of family and community. If you went in there and lifted, it was either me and my husband, or it was me by myself. So when my husband and I changed schedules, we couldn't go in together anymore, and I just stopped going. I didn't have the motivation to do it on my own. I didn't have the drive to go in and lift alone. Or if I did go and lift alone, I kind of, that's good enough. Here, you have that community, you have that familia, that there's days I don't want to come into the gym. I'm tired, I just got off shift, or I went home and I napped, and that's actually worse than just coming in off a shift. But I know that if I come in, I'll feel better, and I won't be lifting alone. I'll have, even if it's just one other person here with me during the class, I'll know that there's somebody there to push me and to always motivate me. And maybe it's still not my best day, and maybe they're not motivating me, but maybe I'm there, and maybe they're having a hard day too. So maybe I can be there and motivate them, even though I'm kind of like, okay, I'm dying. How has TFW South Erie changed my mindset? In a lot of ways. Like I said before, I have a lot of that self-hate, that negative self-talk. One of the big things that TFW South Erie does every month is choose one, lose one. And several months, it's a constant battle but there have been several times my lose one has been the negative self-talk. And it's a very active process. It's not one and done. There's still a lot of days when I'm like, this is, you suck, you're horrible, and you just have to be like, stop. It's not that. Just reverse the self-negativity. And then, I've always been afraid of confrontation. And I learned that I don't have to be. One of the things I've learned here at TFW South Erie is you're not just changing inside the gym, you're changing outside the gym. I've never been one to take a lot of crap from anybody, but more so now, I can't just stand by when something is wrong, when something is being unjust, I guess. As funny as that sounds. Can't stand by when injustice is being done.
Superhero manna.
But if I know that I can step forward and say something and make a difference, I have to. I can't just stand there and keep my mouth shut anymore. I have to say it if I know that maybe it can help someone else. One of the things we do a lot here is post on Facebook, which I've never really done a whole lot of, but I find myself doing a ton of now because I realize I've gone through some of these things. I'm making it through some of these things. Maybe something that I have learned in the process, maybe something that speaks to me can speak to someone else who's going through the same thing. Maybe it'll be that one trigger that I'm not alone. Somebody else understands. What do I no longer fear, and how does TFW South Erie help me with that? I say a lot. I used to be very afraid of little things like confrontation and phone calls. My husband always made fun of me because I hated to make a phone call. It didn't matter if I was calling for pizza. It didn't matter if I was calling to argue with a cable company. I hated making phone calls. As stupid as that sounds. I had anxiety about it. Somebody might ask me something that I didn't know the answer to. I might sound like an idiot. I was very afraid of what other people thought. And I like to think that I'm getting better at that through the program. I'm feeling more confident in myself, partly just with the whole weight loss journey. I generally feel better about myself. I feel better about the way I look. I feel better about the way I'm eating. And that has given me a lot more confidence with who cares what everybody else thinks. If it makes me happy, that's ultimately what matters, you know? One of the reasons I like the obstacle course so much is it brings me back to me. The fun girl who used to play in the mud and loved playing in the mud and loved being outside and making a mess, and it's all bringing me back to the essential me. And the other thing I said, like, that kind of tied into that was confrontation. I would get the shakes, I would get sick to my stomach, I would worry about it for days. If I had to talk to my boss about something, if I had to talk to my husband about something, it didn't matter what it was, any kind of confrontation just, it made me so sick. And this now kind of ties in with that last one, that it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter if they think I'm an idiot. It doesn't matter if they don't like the way I'm saying it. It's something that needs to be said, and it's something that needs to be dealt with, and it has to be done. So I may as well step up and do it and have it done and over with, rather than worry about it and make myself sick. You know, it takes away from my life worrying about it for all that time, when maybe the worst that you're worrying about isn't going to happen. Maybe it doesn't matter, you know, you're expecting a big fight and a blow up, and they're like, oh, yeah. Or maybe the big fight and the big blow up does come, but you know what, you survive it and you move on. How am I better as a way of joining TFW South Erie? A lot of ways that we've already touched on a little bit. You know, just physically, You know, I feel better. I have more energy throughout the day. I'm kind of an abnormality, I guess. In some cases, I work 24-hour shifts, I mentioned. So I'll get up to go to the gym at 4:30 in the morning. I'll go to the 5 a.m. class. I'll go to work. I'll work a 24-hour shift, and then I'll come to the gym at 9:30 the next morning. Or if I work a longer shift, I'll come at 5 or 6 in the evening usually. There's maybe 3 to 4 hours of sleep in there somewhere. There's definitely food. There's probably too much food. But but I have the energy to do that and to still go home and do dishes and do laundry and to pick up kids from school. So that's huge. I mean, before I started, I was tired all the time. Some of that was depression, some of that was the fat, but that's made a big difference. The other thing is that negative self-talk that I talked about earlier. I'm working on that. I don't have as many I hate myself days. I still get into a funk. Everybody gets into a funk. It's part of just being human. You know, the self-doubt. Can I do this? I can't do this. It's terrible. But it's learning to shut that off, to reroute it maybe. Instead of being like, okay, you know, I wanted 45 push-ups in my 3-minute push-up challenge. Well, my last one was 40. Well, I only got 42 today. Okay, I didn't hit 45. Next time. I did better than last time. Next time I'll do better. Just distract yourself from that self-talk, and that negative mentality has gone away a lot, and that has helped hugely with so much of my life. How has my overall happiness changed with training for South Erie? The difference is night and day. I was miserable when I started. Like I said, my husband and I were on the edge of divorce. I was tired all the time. I didn't like myself. I was miserable. I would have happy moments. I have puppies. How can you not have happy moments when you have dogs? But I was very distracted from my life. I was sort of just moving through my life and not living it. I had this constant heaviness in my chest, and it's not chest pain. It was just this constant weight. And that's gone. It's something that I've noticed a lot of other first responders talking about. Sometimes you just are constantly dragged down by the things that you see and the things that you do. And I don't have that anymore. I don't have to drink. I don't have to sleep through it all. I come and I work out. Or I message some of my friends' family from the gym. When they call it a familia, you know, they mean that. The friends that I've made here, we may not talk every day. You know, I may not know their schedules or all their kids' names. I know some of their kids' names. But I know that if I need it, I can reach out to any of them. And I know that there have been times I've come in after a bad day and I just want to get through the workout. And I hit a sticking point and I'm like, I need to walk away. But you never walk away alone. You may walk away and try and hide. It doesn't work. There will always be at least one person who comes out to check on you. You know, if you need a hug, they'll give you a hug. If you need a high five, if you need hey, you got this, it's always there. Whatever you need to get through it. And that's been life-changing. And I really am 100% happier than I was before. what keeps me coming back to TFW South Erie? Clearly it's the puppy, Max. No, but besides the puppy, the atmosphere. You can get a workout anywhere at all. We had an entire gym full of weights and squat rack and bench rack in our garage for almost 2 years. I can count on one hand many times that I used it. But you can't recreate this atmosphere just anywhere. The constant support and encouragement from the coaches, the support from the familia, from all the people that you met here. It doesn't matter what class you go into. It doesn't matter if they're new, if they've been doing this since it started here, if you came in together. You know, it's the support's always there. You may not know the person that you're high-fiving, but they're just as excited for you to finish what you did as you were. You all went through it together. You all suffered through it together. And you're all getting stronger together because of it. You know, the things we do outside of the gym, the Tough Mudder, the Spartan, those are just extra. Those are just bonus. We really develop that family and that camaraderie here in the gym. And I say the coaches support you. They do. They also push you. You know, they push you to get better constantly. They see more in you than you see in yourself, and they believe in you. They believe that you can do more. They believe that you can lift heavier. They believe that you can run faster, and they push you to do it. And we all need that push sometimes. Some days we think, this is good enough. This is as hard as I can do it. I'm doing as good as I can. And then somebody comes over and goes, you can do better. And you can. What would I say to a person thinking about joining TFW South Erie? Do it. Absolutely do it. It's going to be hard. It's going to take a lot of work. But you're not going to be alone. You're going to have people all around you. Sorry if you don't like people. You're going to have people all around you. There's always going to be someone there to help you up when you fall down, to support you when you're feeling low. There's always somebody around, somebody who's been through it, somebody who understands what you're going through, somebody who feels your pain. You're dying at the end of a sprint. We have all been there. We may not look like we've been there, but we all started somewhere. I wouldn't change the past year for anything. It's been one of the most rewarding years of my life at 32 and 3. Just do it. It'll be worth it. It's worth the time. It's worth the money. It's worth the energy. You can be a better you. You can be a happier you. You know, even if it's just to start moving more. You know, if you have trouble moving, you're stiff, get moving. If it's sore, move it more. If you want to be stronger, you can get stronger. If you want to be faster, you can get faster. If you just want to be healthier, you know, you can do that here. You don't need to worry about the judgment. You know, there's a lot of places you go and you feel like somebody's judging you. And you look over at somebody who's lifting a crazy amount of weight and you're going, I'm lifting not even a third of that. I can't compare. I don't even want to do this. You don't have to worry about that here. There's people that lift 400 pounds. There's people that lift 20 pounds. It doesn't matter. You can do it here. You'll be accepted, and everybody will be rooting for you.